It's the winningest program that has never won a national championship.
Really?
And that is West Virginia. Now that was
really,
and they were just a few ahead of another team, and we're going to go through this because there's a list. I found this list of 10 teams that have won the most games that have never won or without a claimed national championship.
That's a big caveat, by the way, claimed, because a lot of people just start claiming them mugs.
Yeah. So here's the question: Can this program get over the hump and become a championship contender in the current state of college football? So number 10, and this was, I think the list that I saw was pre last year, so this was maybe a year ago, but it's not much different. Purdue. Didn't think so. Cincinnati. No. Bearcats.
Bro, they had a chance, didn't they? With Fickle and that run and got in there. And
they were in the playoff.
Went to the playoff. Played Bama pretty tough. It wasn't a bad game, but love UC. My wife is a Bearcat. My wife is a UC grad, but negatory.
Yep. Boston College.
No. I mean, they're going to put out talent though. They find a way. Like you can go and find big linemen and find guys that have made impacts in the NFL, but not a whole roster that's going to compete for a national championship.
The edge guy, the Ezeriku or something like that, he'll be a first-round pick this year.
Yeah.
Next one is an interesting one. Oregon.
Absolutely.
I think they're probably a little higher on the list given the season that they had last year, but yeah.
And Oregon's going to win a national championship in the very near future. I mean, them and Texas, to me, like, are two teams that, and listen, Texas has been in the Final Four the last 2 years, so that's no longer a thing. Like, but Oregon was the best team all year until Ohio State got hot. But yeah, Oregon. I said it last year before the season started. If they're Apple, man, I'm buying all the stock I can with NIL, with the way that they, Phil Knight, the boosters, the money, the facilities, like Dan Lanning, the coach, the mind, the person, all in.
Missouri.
Show me state. No, I think, listen, they've had some good years, and Gary Pinkel had a great run and got an SEC championships. And, I do think this too. This is also a harder deal to do now with 12 than it was with 4 or 2. Like, because I agree. You got to put together a bigger run and beat better teams and be even better than the other ones. I don't think so. I'm not saying yes with Missouri.
Utah.
God, they had a chance. No, I mean, Utah was a team with Winningham that for a number of years, obviously Meyer laid the foundation, but for a number of years, so disciplined, so tough, maybe could have snuck in those BCS ones back in the day when they were doing great. But again, 12-team playoff, them having to beat 3 or 4 more teams that are more talented than them. It's not a good proposition. No.
Well, there's a reason these schools are on this list. That's for sure.
Yeah.
North Carolina. Speaking of Chapel Bill.
Basketball? I mean, we know that.
By the way, actually, that's kind of going the other way.
That is going the other way. Okay. I feel like North Carolina should have a chance to be – okay, I'm not going to say yes with them, but I'm going to put them as high on this list of the next team. Like, how about that?
Oregon.
Like, huh?
After Oregon?
I'm saying Oregon, yes. I'm saying yes. Oregon's going to. North Carolina's got to be high on that list, man, just because Michael Jordan, facilities, Baby Blue. I know they take a backseat to basketball, but it's a cool brand. Belichick now coming in with experience, a GM, a system. They're going to get better. They're going to improve. So I'd put them as high on the list, but I'm not going to say yes.
Wisconsin.
No, they had their opportunity. They've had some great. Russell Wilson was probably the best chance when they finally got that dude at quarterback that was really, really elite with the run game back when they were ground and pound and had such a great identity. But now further we're getting removed. Speaking of fickle, they're now like, no, not happening.
Virginia Tech.
Frank Beamer had a chance with Mike Vick, didn't he? God dang, they got to the Natty. And he was the best player on the field and the most freakiest player. One of the freakiest players I've ever put my eyes on and watching. Like, just it did not look real the way he took off and made people look stupid. It was just incredible. But I think just recruiting and that ship sailed with that, and they had a small window where you thought they could have. Well, I mean, like West Virginia, they had that window where you thought they could do it with a different system, an innovative, something different, something unique. But I'm giving it a no.
And then West Virginia is obviously, like I said, the winningest program to not win a national championship, and one where I think the comment you made about Vic and all of these teams that are on the outside of the powers that be in college football, you have to find the transcendent quarterback that no one else finds. Find them, keep them, build around them. Once you have, like Arizona State this year, with Levitt coming back and his ability to be, and then to,
I guess they've won a Natty.
I mean, well, they're not on this list in terms of winningest programs. I don't know. Maybe I haven't. I
didn't know that, but like I immediately, because when I think West Virginia and I think Texas Tech, who's on the ascent, and I think some of these schools, like they got to go through Arizona State now. Like that's the squad to me in the Big 12 that's here to stay, because they got the QB. Exactly what you said. Like I got to get over that hump of, I've seen that dude and he looks special. He looks really, really, really good throwing, running, swag. Like that's a tough out for anybody in that league.
So can West Virginia, I mean, Pat White is now on staff.